Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's come back to why not? Let's come back to Victorian London. Um, this is part 4, and in the previous part, I shared a lot of thoughts about perfect female characters, and that's about it. I didn't particularly do anything interesting. I tried to capture some things. I failed them over there, I think. I failed a couple of times, and that's it. And in the very beginning of the video, I made 1 or 2 missions. Main missions, not side missions. And I think that's it. That's about it. Nothing really much to say. We are in sequence 5. It looks kind of gross. Swimming here is mad. Yeah, probably a typical landscape for an industrial city.
Why don't I come over there and teach you a lesson?
Honestly, it's great. It's great to have all the new things that we have right now, or we had a couple of years ago. But to be completely honest, this city just doesn't look attractive. I don't know. I wouldn't want to live in such city. It said that we can't use Eagle here, but I suppose I can climb just about any tower or tall building. But London, at least the way they portrayed it in Assassin's Creed Syndicate, it really doesn't look attractive. It looks super industrial. I don't know to what extent it's true. It's historically true. I understand that industrial cities should not be super attractive and stuff, but I suppose people still had some kind of parks or something, because I feel like we really don't have anything here. So I'm actually curious whether it was like that back then, or people still had things to do. And when I'm speaking about things to do, as I said, some kind of, I don't know, I'm speaking about some kind of parks or something, because something green or something, because honestly, it must be really hard to live in such city. Not only everything is polluted, but it doesn't look attractive, it looks super gray. The sky is gray, and streets are gray, people are kind of gray. Predominant colors are, I don't know, black, gray, and stuff. It's kind of sad.
Instead of looking. You do not want to bother me.
Citizen returns to the land.
I almost want to say that the city looks grim, and grim to such extent that I'm actually not surprised that Jack the Ripper kind of happened in London. Like, if everything was so unattractive, then no wonder people were absolutely mad.
Hey! Let go of me! You of the police?
Quiet now. No need to make such a fuss, Miss Abramson.
Let me go. We were... I win this time. Help! I win this time. Help!
Make me proud, mates.
I win this time.
She's as good as dead. Let's sound this like adults.
Run. I'll have to kill them all, I suppose.
Something's out there. That's one less on our side.
He's gonna get
You're a
someone
strange bird.
There's a trespasser out! Make sure she can't walk away!
What a brutality.
Hey!
I don't want to hurt you.
Hey! Let go of me! You with the police?
Quiet now. No need to make such a fuss, Miss Abramson.
Let me go. We were perfectly fine until you came along.
Not sure those children would agree.
What do you know about it? You probably grew up in a nice home with all the freedom you could ask for.
I know of your past, Miss Abramson. You grew up in a nice home too. And you really think you offer those kids a chance at freedom?
was that out of that?
Let me out of here!
Watch it! Faster! Take that! Move it! Get on the road!
That was
That girl.
crazy.
Easy, easy. Out of my way!
Maniac! They're gonna kill someone driving like that.
Go on. Move over!
What's that thing?
Thank you kindly.
Research and development. Nice. Oh, come on. No. Wow.
Whoa now!
Mr. Fry, I told you to make an appointment.
My schedule was open.
You're fortunate I like you.
Internal combustion engines.
8 small syllables that mean a great deal of money. The engines will be delivered to Milner by train. Secure them for me, and he will be devastated.
I'll need a second train to pull this off. And I think I know just the man.
So we have a deal, Mr. Fry?
You're fortunate I like you, Miss Attaway.
He likes her only because he doesn't know the truth. What are the outfits that are available for Jacob? Huntsman outfit. It looks like Sherlock Holmes. I don't know why. Wasn't there a movie or something like that? And that's how he was portrayed? He looks like a mad scientist. Really from some kind of a steampunk genre. Look at those things. Look at those blinking things. He looks like an alchemist. Wow. Well, I suppose I don't really have a choice. I need to take the Baron Jordan's finery. Because I need throwing knives, I need hallucinogenic darts, smoke bombs, and voltaic bombs as well. I need all those things. Like, it's great to reduce the damage of all these things, but it's 10%, man. If they're, I don't know, if they're doing 100 damage, I don't know, I'm not sure that 10 damage will help you somehow, so it's better to avoid direct confrontations. Maybe it's better to use throwing knives, even though Jacob, he's not really into silent things, but you're still using them. I'm using them when I'm trying to infiltrate certain places. This item must be crafted. Can I craft it? No. I need silk. No idea where is that. I mean, where do I even take it from? Is it some kind of a rare material? don't need to open chests. We need different resources and we need money. We need a lot of money. I'm out of money. Well, what can I say? It's complicated.
Captain's been looking for you for some time. Who do you think you are?
Things went horribly wrong. Well, I can hijack.
I'll catch up with you.
Change of plan! That's what's going on!
Right? Right? God damn it! Where do you come off rescuing me?
I believe it's pronounced thank you, you ingrate!
I operate on a strict policy of keeping people indebted to me, not the other way around. I hate having
Easy!
I operate on a strict policy of keeping people indebted to me, not the other way around. I hate having to return favors.
I could leave you here for the police to collect you.
No, it's too late now. Just get us out of here. So, what do you want, Fry?
What makes you so sure I want something? Perhaps I saved you out of the kindness of my own heart. Come on, let me tell you about the job.
Milner's pulling a lot of cargo there.
Just be sure to make the transfer.
Give him hell. Hurry up, man!
Not this one.
The internal combustion engine. The end of horse-drawn transport. It's like gazing into the future.
What is the going rate for the future, do you think?
We're not selling them.
You're giving them to your contact?
You'd be paid all the same.
Who is this Pearl, anyway? How long you been working with her?
She's a business partner. That's all you need to know.
Jings, I hope I didn't make it too, laddie da. Slap some gold leaf here and there. I gave the wood a splash of shellac. Upholstered the lot. And how do you like the lampshades?
Lara O'Day on the train. Even looking at her glove. I was about to say, sequence 5 finished. That is weird.
Nigel went out drinking with a gang last night. They ran up against some Templars and killed one. But Nigel was too sozzled to get away. Knew the constables have him up for murder.
That feels kind of far. Can I teleport there? No, I don't have any synchronization points there. Well, we'll have to cross the city, I suppose.
over there.
In the previous part, I was speaking about perfect female characters and their qualities. There is one thing which is actually super important that I missed, that is not maybe that obvious, but when you think about it, you're like, oh yeah, well, it's actually true. So girls are not, it will probably sound a little bit weird, but girls are not guys, and not every girl, but quite a lot of girls have mood changes, you know, regular, because of their monthly cycle, let's call it like that. There are some exceptions, but on average I've noticed that certain girls that I have communicated with, they had this mood swings, mood changes, at least for 1, 2, 3, 4 days, something like that. And it's something that we don't see in these female characters, you see? We don't see, like, okay, we all can be sad, we all can be not in the mood sometimes, but on average guys don't change their mood because of something. It's, I mean, it's typically related to some kind of an event. For example, if you lose your, I don't know, brother, mother, sister, father, whatever, or your friend or something like that, you might be sad, you might even cry, but it's related to an event, you see. It doesn't happen one time per month, every month, that it just doesn't happen. It doesn't mean that every single girl has it, but as I said, a lot of girls have this mood changes. If we look at characters in video games, in cartoons or something like that, we see them just like guys are. They are always kind of, they are stable in terms of their feelings. I can give you an example of, I don't know, Aang from The Last Airbender. There were moments when Aang felt, I don't know, despair or anger or something like that, which is normal. You know, it happens to all of us. But it wasn't something random because something happens with his, I don't know, body or something like that. And it doesn't mean that it's bad. As I said, real world is different from video games and cartoons. But what makes these, for example, 4 characters that I mentioned in the previous part, right? Evie, Elika, Suki, and Lara, is that their mood doesn't change. They stay the same girls they they always were. We don't see them face all these problems, you see? And it kind of creates an illusion that it doesn't happen to them, you see? They're just like boys in terms of their, in terms of kind of stability. Which is, I mean, it's probably something normal. Who would want to watch a cartoon or play a video game if we would, I don't know, look at characters and that, I don't know, eat food, go to toilet, and or you know, do bunch of daily tasks. It's probably boring. You already do that in real life, right? What's the point to do these things in the video game? Of course, some might say that, well, we have the Sims series and stuff, and it's true. But the Sims is like a sandbox experience. It's not action RPG or action or just something like that, you see. Sims is a very specific type of game. It's not for everyone. So I'm not going to kill him, probably. So it's probably normal that they don't show such things on, I don't know, in video games or in cartoons or in movies or something like that. But as I said, it kind of creates a false perception because girls are never really making any dramas. They are not, they are just calm, and if we take these 4 characters, for example, they're just calm and kind of patient, and it's great. It's cool, you know. And so you feel like you can just, you know, you can just speak with them and everything is fine. While in reality, things are a little bit more complicated, you see. In reality, you need to talk through certain problems. You need to try to find a solution. You will not always agree. And so there are a bunch of things like that. While in video games, we don't see all those things, you see? Daily problems, daily routine. Which, as I said, creates this kind of a, maybe this is a false perception of a perfect female character, because they're just normal, they're stable, they don't have any mood changes, they are just stable as always. And it's something important, you see. And they are not shy, for example. There are exceptions, and some might say that Elika maybe in certain moments she is being shy, or she's not saying everything that she could have said. Or some might say the same thing about Suki or something like that. But I think on average, they are not afraid to speak out. While in reality, there are a lot of girls that are shy and they cannot speak what on their mind for one or another reason. And there are boys like that as well, obviously, but well, we're speaking about perfect female characters. So, video game versions are like This is why I call them perfect female characters, because this 4 or 5 you can count, I don't know, trees from The Witcher 3. These characters are polished. They are they have maybe certain bad sides, but on average they have more good things about them rather than bad things. And this is why a lot of guys are like, it creates this false perception that they are almost perfect, and because they were created by guys, and a lot of guys are well, I don't want to say like fall in love with them, but they like them. They like them a lot. And there's a big difference between a video game and a real life.
This is going to go bad for you. Confess, and you'll save us all some grief.
Oh, I didn't do nothing. So help me, Bob. Miss Evie, we kept buying drinks. The next thing I know, they say I burnt someone.
Oh, Nigel.
I had one too many and lost all my things. They must be scattered all about. Oh, and there's a knife out there too. Could you get them before the Rozzers do?
Shut up! That's dangerous! Slow down! He's up, brakes on!
Though at the same time, if you think about it, I think it's something good that we have this kind of characters. Because they are like good examples for us of what we can be potentially. Girls and boys, they inspire us to be better, at least in normal situations. Some people might just play games or watch cartoons and just play and watch them without any kind of consequences. But for some people, consequences might be, I don't know, them changing their perspective on certain things, or appreciating certain qualities and making a conclusion that I want to have those qualities as well. For example, not being a quarrelsome person, or being patient, or being intelligent, or being wit, or something.
The guilty party doesn't have a hat. If you find a hat that fits him, that's a death warrant. What is he doing back there?
Or maybe it's just how I perceive these things, how I see them, how I understand them. I think that these characters inspire me in certain ways. To be a better person.
The guilty party doesn't have a hat. If you find a hat that fits him, that's a death warrant. Hurry up! The chief inspector will be here soon.
I didn't want to kill him, but well. Things went horribly wrong. It's not my fault. It happens. You can't control everything, I suppose. That was a
Right, lads, find some evidence before the chief inspector arrives.
very bad idea. Yeah, exactly. I need to help him somehow. My stealth levels is 2. I need level 5 to increase it to level 3, but they still notice me. I'm not sure how it works. I'm really not sure. What is the difference between level 1, level 2 and level 3?
What does he think she's doing here? Alarm! Alright, perhaps I was mistaken. Go make certain nothing else is disturbed.
Question is, can I really knock out 2 more policemen? Because this is the 3rd evidence, right? Right, the body. Okay.
Something was here a minute ago. I seen it out the corner of my eye.
Everyone's watching it. That's
I
just...
have other things to attend to.
it's crazy. I've heard people shout because of football or whatever they're watching. Yesterday. What's interesting is that I am not even sure about the Because it happens right now, right? We have the Olympic Games that happen in Paris. But there's also Euro 2024. And the Football Cup.
Let's go for a stroll.
And it's interesting to see how people are excited by sports. Something that I do not myself I do not relate to. I don't find sports particularly interesting. But people are obsessed with such things. Even esports tournaments. People get crazy about them. Where can I hide the body? Over there, right? Oh, that was weird. But I think it kind of touches the same I don't want to call it a concept nor an idea. It kind of touches the same, yeah, problem maybe as with concerts and people idolizing singers. It's kind of funny. I saw a video a couple of days ago, probably. There was it was from Taylor Swift's concert, and people were singing. They didn't really do anything crazy. They were just singing. But a lot of people are obviously they're idolizing Taylor Swift. I mean, her songs are cool, but like not to the point of being obsessed with her. And it was some kind of a random video someone uploaded, and there was this comment of a guy saying, "You see, this is what happens when people forget that God exists," or something like that. It was kind of funny. I'm not sure what is the relationship with the concert. Like, why can't you go to a concert? I don't know, sing songs and at the same time follow biblical principles. These two things are not contradictory. So it's kind of funny. But at the same time, I kind of understand what he meant. Because people clearly are obsessed with her. They're really idolizing her. It's just too much. It's too much.
And what evidence are you holding this man?
Why, Sergeant?
I believe at a minimum you need a body.
We can't find a thing, Inspector.
You botched another one, Sergeant.
When there's zooming on her face and her face looks bigger, it looks more I don't know, noticeable. Her green eyes and other traits of her face. Okay, I helped Nigel. What else do we have? Um, we have Jacob's quest. I have it. And a bunch of other quests. And Evie quest and some random quests that I suppose I can do either as Evie or as Jacob. But I'll probably finish this quest. I'll finish Jacob's shady dealings with that Miss whatever her name is. Miss Hathaway or something like that. I hope that in Assassin's Creed Shadows we won't Shadows. We won't NPCs won't be as kind of zombie-like as they are right now, because it just feels like the past, I don't know, 5 games, 6 games from the past 5 or 6 Assassin's Creed games, NPCs are just, you know, or maybe even generally speaking Ubisoft games, the past maybe 10 or 15 games like Watch Dogs 2, it's kind of similar as well, I suppose. Maybe a little bit less, but still. NPCs like, who are these people, why are they walking, where are they going, what is their purpose, I don't understand. Jacob and Pearl have nearly destroyed Milner's business. There is just one last thing to do.
Jacob, darling, do join me.
To our fruitful partnership.
And to the shiny new engines now in my possession. Back to business. Milner's fled to the Thames, occupied with securing his ferry. It's all he has left.
Protecting it with his life, no doubt.
The very thing I want you to take. Just kill him.
That's not your first glass of champagne, is it?
Success is more intoxicating than alcohol, Mr. Fry.
Then save a glass for me.
Jacob is doing all the dirty work for her. That is just crazy. Nice, level 5. Oh, what was that? Oh no. There was some building, no? Some kind of a museum or whatever. Just probably it was just a random building. Whatever, doesn't matter.
Now, what would it take to draw out Starrick's pawn? The sight of his ferries in flames, perhaps?
I watched a couple of videos on Twitch, and I saw certain people who are doing quests. I mean, they're collecting things. They are doing all those side quests, you know, collecting collectibles, flowers, photos, some other things.
Now to sink Milner's enterprise.
Honestly, that's... I don't want to say like it's surprising or something, but it's still interesting that there are actually people who do that. I probably don't understand, and I will never understand why people do that, because I don't feel this way. As I said, I can imagine, and I explained it in one of the previous videos, my kind of thoughts about it. I need to set it on fire somehow. But it's a little bit like visiting concerts or something. I have never visited a single concert in my life. I think I saw certain things happen in some cities that I visited or where I lived at some point, but those were not really concerts, or maybe because they're free, I suppose they are available to everyone. Everyone can visit them. So I have seen certain events. I'd probably call them events rather than concerts. But I have never visited any concert, and I will probably never visit a single concert in my life. Not only it's related to the fact that ladies and gentlemen, it's a suffering. And I really need a weapon right now. Something's clearly not working. I explained this idea of kind of protection and that we need to be careful in Assassin's Creed Origins in one of the last parts. It's related to the fact that a lot of terrorist attacks happen during concerts or something. If we, I don't know, Ariana Grande, I think, had a concert in 2016 or 17 or something like that, those Manchester attacks and a bunch of things like that. So I don't really like visiting public, some kind of events where there are big gatherings of people. It's not because I'm afraid. I still go out in the city and I walk and I visit museums and I do a bunch of other things, you see. So it's not the fear that kind of paralyzes me. No, it's just I don't find it particularly interesting. So any kind of concerts or something like that, I almost never visit such things. It's interesting how we are able to kind of coexist with people who are visiting such things. There are way more people who visit such things, such places, rather than not. So, for example, I do listen certain Taylor Swift songs, for example, but I'll never visit a concert because it's just crazy to see how people are obsessed with her or just any other singer, any random, doesn't matter, Ariana Grande, Imagine Dragons, One Republic, whatever. Whoever you take, people are still super obsessed. They all scream and shout. Like savages a little bit. I'm exaggerating, but you know. It doesn't mean that those who visit such concerts are bad, but it's just me personally, it's definitely not for me. Definitely not my style, and it will never be my style. I don't like big gatherings of people where people become groups, mindless groups, and it's just whatever. And people just know every single song, they sing every single song, and it's just crazy. So I don't understand it, and I'll probably never understand it fully because I don't. For me, it's fine to listen songs in my apartment or with my headphones. You know, I can use my headphones and just walk in a park or use a public transportation and just, you know, go somewhere and listen music. I don't need to visit a concert for that. Some might say, yeah, well, it feels different and stuff. Maybe it feels different, but you pay money, and a lot of money, because if you buy cheap tickets, you'll be somewhere at the end of the.
What the bloody hell?
You'll be at the very end of near the exit. At the very end of the building, and you probably won't hear or see anything or something like that. Okay, maybe you'll hear, but you won't see much. So, but if you want to see the singer or whatever performer, you'll have to pay way more. So paying, I don't know how much money for, just for the sake of what? Just to sing a song in kind of in real life.
There he is!
I can sing a song alone, in the calm, without bothering anyone with my awful voice, you know.
I knew this day would come. Mr. Starrett was furious I lost the engines. So this is my comeuppance.
Pearl Attaway led me to you, not Starrick.
And they're working together again. I should never have come between Mr. Starrett and Miss Attaway. Family always stay together in the end.
What do you mean they're family?
Time for Pearl and I to have a real conversation.
You see, this is why I was saying in one of the previous parts that it feels kind of fast. I feel like we made a couple of missions with her, and we are already discovering that Stark and her are family, or some distant relatives or something, and that's it. I don't know. I'm not sure. It feels kind of fast. I don't know, what do you think about it? Maybe you didn't feel that it happens fast, but I feel like events happen kind of fast. Faster than I'd want them to happen.
There you are. What are you up to now, Pearl?
Everything you...
I was certain he knew that I belonged to the Order and was there to end me. Imagine my delight when he told me his true purpose. An assassin helping the Templar cause. Isn't that delicious?
It's...
You glower too much, cousin. You will get your engines back. Our new motorized buses will bring us both a lot of money.
I'll need to arrange proper transport for the engines to get back to my factory. I want you at Waterloo, personally, to ensure that nothing goes wrong.
Of course. May the Father of Understanding guide us.
Today and in all of our future endeavors, cousin. Waterloo Station.
Door's jammed. Again? Just give it a shove. I see someone. He's right there.
Things went horribly wrong.
Get there! Or I'll shoot!
I'm thinking about Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and I'm asking myself whether the pace of the story is a good one or not. Because I feel like saying that actually the speed of the development of the main story is fine. I don't remember feeling like it was too fast, but at the same time, I might be missing something, I'm not sure, but I feel like the overall story happened just fine. But here in Assassin's Creed Syndicate, I feel like things happen too fast. And the fact that they try to... the fact that it happens kind of too fast... where's the chest? The proof that it happens too fast is the fact that they kind of added a lot of side missions. Those, I don't know, dreadful crimes, Charles and Darwin and Dickens conspiracy, Spring Hill Jack, you see. We have different missions with Charles Dickens relating to investigation things, crimes and stuff. We have Darwin's missions. We have World War One missions. We'll have, I think, Queen Victoria missions. We have Dulip Singh Memories. The Last Maharaja, I think that's the name of it. There are a bunch of DLCs or something like that. Let me check it. Officially, the only DLC is Jack the Ripper, but not officially. We have bunch of different things. We have Jack the Ripper is the official DLC, and then we have missions, The Last Maharaja. We have The Dreadful Crimes. We have Charles and Dickens Conspiracy. And I think something else, but we will see. We have Karl Marx Memories. I mean, those are, I think, kind of side quests, right? Kind of. It's true that the side quests, they feel more interesting. They seem to be more interesting. In Assassin's Creed Syndicate than in Assassin's Creed Unity, for example. I didn't even do side quests in Assassin's Creed Unity. It felt so awful. But you'll see a video. I'm trying to learn video editing. I've learned a little bit, so I tried to make a video. Assassin's Creed Unity in a nutshell. You'll see it on my channel. Kind of nothing really fancy, just funny moments from Assassin's Creed Unity here and there. The video is not long, like 3 minutes or 4 minutes long, but a lot of weird and kind of awkward moments happen in Assassin's Creed Unity, and I'm not even speaking about, you know, graphical problems or game engine or something like that. Those are just random kind of bugs or just weird situations.
Miss Fry, what a pleasant surprise.
Hello, Clara. I was just going to check on Lambeth since the asylum's closing. What brings you here?
The children in my care have been falling ill. Our usual tonics aren't working. I came to...
Are you certain you're feeling all right?
Of course, I am, miss.
Clara! Is there a doctor nearby?
Bring her inside. She simply collapsed?
Yes, she said the others took tonic, but it didn't work.
I should think not. Ever since Elliotson was murdered, the district has been overrun with counterfeit tonics. This one needs proper care. But without the appropriate medication, she and the others will quickly decline.
What do you need?
I need supplies. Plenty of them. And medicine. Some of the less common ingredients are being stolen and sold at auction.
I'd be happy to help.
Here's the list. Miss Fry. Evie Fry. I'm Miss Nightingale. How do you do? Please hurry. We don't have much time.
It almost feels like something typically British, you know. Bond. James Bond. Fry. Evie Fry. Miss Fry. Okay, Miss Fry. I honestly I prefer this different cutscenes when like Evie's interacting with different people because we see her real character, while when we're playing Assassin's Creed and making these random missions, it feels like it really feels weird because how can Evie, that kind of, as I said, by analyzing her character, the way she speaks, the way she presents herself, the way she speaks with other people, she seems to be kind of a like a noble, you know. And it's interesting, it's cool, but the contrast between like Evie that speaks with other people's, Evie that communicates with them patiently and gently, and you know, with a good posture and stuff, just being a decent human being, and just an average Evie or Jacob that we used to basically kill all the thugs around around London. I just don't know. It's super weird. It's just like I can connect these two characters. Right now, you know, I'm I'm playing a different Evie. I'm playing, I don't know, some crazy person that kills everyone. Like, the problem is that in something that I think mentioned in Assassin's Creed Origins, quite often it's just easier to kill someone and to clean whole area than try to do things silently, because you're complicating your life. What's the point to complicate your life if you can just kill everyone? Clear the area, and that's it. And that's it. And this is something that I think this is something that I don't like. I'm being critical of it. This is not the first time that I'm speaking about it, about this problem. The fact that we kill a lot in video games.
Is money more important than your child's health?
Please. I'll give you all the money I have.
Well, that's odd. Let me see what I got.
I don't want to kill everyone. It's fine to kill sometimes certain targets because they're, I don't know, they're bad or something like that. But like killing random people on the streets just because they are part of some other gang or something like that, it just feels like we're just killing everyone. When you're an assassin and you're in a brotherhood and you're fighting against Templars, your goal should be killing Templars. It's like killing, I don't know, it's like to kill a king or some kind of a ruler, an usurper, a tyrant who is just oppressing his own people. You understand why you kill him? You're not gonna kill every single garden in his palace, and you're not gonna kill every single person that supports him, right? Or you should just absolutely clean whole nation of this sickness.
There she is!
I can't thank you enough. These supplies are meant for Miss Nightingale.
I'm here to collect them.
They're already loaded on the cart. Please take them.
Giddy up!
You mean that cart?
Yes.
Of course it is.
Obviously.
Some of those items are fragile.
I wouldn't open the chest, but whatever.
There you go. Faster! Come on! Come on! Faster! Yeah! Come on! Come on. Easy now. Come on! Come on! Slowly.
You're back. And not a moment too soon. I hope you brought the medication I requested.
How is she?
She will recover.
Pablo and Ellie, the children.
Thanks to you, we can distribute authentic medicine now.
But is that a permanent solution?
I will petition to have regulations put in place.
Lambeth is in your debt.
It takes a long time to change things. But I'm not going anywhere, Miss Fry.
Okay, let's see. What else do we have? We have the B mission. Alexander Graham Bell? That's it, right? Breaking news.
Ah! Oh, Jacob, Evie, it's you. Thank goodness.
Experimenting, are we, Alec?
Correct.
And looking a bit frazzled.
Nerves. It's those great oafs Starrick keeps sending round to coax me. He is offering a ridiculous amount of money.
Alec, you're not thinking of jumping ship, are you?
Never. I've been working on something in case they get too insistent. It's meant to stun an assailant, should the need arise.
Are you certain that it works?
Not as such. I've made 3 of them with varying degrees of acidity and whatnot. Oh, one must be the right formula.
Let's find some Starrick lackeys to target then, shall we?
Speaking of Starrick, he is still transmitting false information.
We could simply destroy his transmitters.
His company's too well guarded. The bombs will help, but it would be awkward to produce bombs that potentially do not stun. Oh, wait a minute. Looks like opportunity has come knocking. Oh dear, they never looked so angry before.
Stand clear, Alec.
Let us instead play a little linguistic game with them. Take the bombs and climb onto the roof. When I say the name of a fruit, toss one near the thugs.
Right then.
Oh, wait, I nearly forgot. Slip these into your boots, and you will henceforth be immune to all voltaic discharge. I think.
I hope you won't die from them.
Gentlemen, I would ask you in for tea, but I'm afraid I'm running rather late.
Enough of the niceties. We've come to smash your place up, ain't we, Bess?
You got one of them telly what's-its in here, ain't ya? You've been reading messages from the Starrick Company.
That is as untrue as the notion that the Starrick Telegraph Company is emitting impartial information, sir.
Come again?
Your employer's promises are nothing but hot air. His operations are about to turn pear-shaped.
What you going on about air and pears for?
Oh, I don't know. You're rough.
Oh, that's disgusting. Oh. God blimey!
Oh, kids, eh? Those playful young scamps get everywhere.
Listen up, Belle, or I'll thump you till your ears are ringing.
Oh, a pun. Your wordplay delights me. And I think I worried you had the mental agility of a dollop of donkey's apples.
Apples?
I think he's trying to be funny.
Oh, you dropped a no on Bill. You little sod.
What? Ain't me, Bez? Oh, God blimey, it's got me throat.
Oh, those rascals throwing stink bombs again. It happens all the time around here.
I'm not sure why we don't hear them well enough. Because I've increased all the settings. Okay, it's almost at its maximum. It's not by increasing it by one additional bar that we're going to hear them better. So I'm not sure why it's like that.
Right. Tell us where you keep that telly what's it. I'll count to 3.
3? Well, let's see how far you get.
1.
Do you really think I would keep it here? Do you see a cable? A telegraph without a cable is about as useful as a bell without a clapper.
I'll give you a bleeding clapper.
Ah, well, bless my boots, you're as purple as a plum.
A plum?
I feel all wobbly, Baz.
You are in shock, my dear fellow.
Good show, Alec.
Thanks to you, Evie. Your mere presence gave me courage and resolve I never knew I had.
I'm glad I could help. Now it's time to shut down Stark's empire of propaganda.
The sound is really weird, or more like the level of sound is really weird in this game. Sometimes it's loud, sometimes it's still not loud enough.
The longer we can keep Starrick from spewing out false information, the more we can awaken the people with the truth about his operations.
I agree. The sooner we can get there, the quicker we can act.
Would you believe my mother says that there's still some wives in Australia that swear by their duties? So I took it upon myself to tell her neighbours the truth about the obnoxious draft.
That's good, Alec. But you can't go round to every household in London town.
Well, I wasn't always welcome. It shows how false information can be as difficult to stamp out as fishwives' profanities at Billingsgate.
Or Furman at Smithfield.
But if we can eradicate a source that continually feeds such detrimental trash, little by little the truth will take the upper hand and the sham will be flushed out.
That's why we're here.
We will have to get in.
The sounds that are coming from the carriage are louder than their voices. Why?
Detected mine.
I shall stand them while you get inside.
I shall destroy not one.
No, it's better, but I don't think that it's because I increased the sound. I feel like there are random bugs when you lose the sound kind of level or something. It gets, I don't know, divided by 2, so instead of 80% you hear 40% of the sound of their voices. That's so weird.
3 parts of the transmitter. He'll be as good as dancing before a public toilet without a penny.
Is it a bug or is it me?
Calmly.
Discounts on all essential goods and services.
Come here, lad. What's the best public house around here?
Evie seems to be pretty tall.
Bet it's been soiled by corrupt mounds. Oh well. Oh, hope the guards don't come patrolling.
I say, this is becoming rather perilous, to say the least. Golly gosh, I felt that. Ha! Got you, you little bugger. We'll have to cross over here.
F6? I don't know these things, why are you? EV Fry height? Can you give me in meters and centimeters? No one's using this weird system of, of inches or something, whatever those are. A feet or something, something. This is awful. Why people don't use metric system? I don't understand it. Use the metric system, please. For God's sake. Metric system is better. Everything is divided by 10.
I say, this is becoming rather perilous, to say the least. Oh, golly gosh, I felt that.
Let me kill him. I can kill him. Look at that.
A tad fiddly that one, but I've pulled it as well as a dentist pulls a rotten tooth. There.
Move faster if you can.
I say, this is becoming rather perilous, to say the least.
You can count on me.
Oh, golly gosh, hit that.
Lead you try. She won't escape.
Jolly close shave, that.
My dears, Jacob, Evie, thanks are once again in order for supporting what is most dear to me and to our cause, freedom of speech.
It's a blessing that you employ your genius for the common good, Alec.
However, I suggest you vacate your workshop.
No need. Not now. You've given me sacks full of courage. And besides, what with my little devices, I have all the protection I need. Should you find yourselves with a moment to spare, do drop by.
Ah.
So it seems like Evie is 1 meter and 70 centimeters. So it's okay, that's fine, I suppose, for a girl, but like Alexander Graham Bell is about the same height as Evie, so it feels like he's 1 meter and 70 centimeters as well. And another kind of weird thing is that they say that Jacob is taller than Evie, but I wouldn't really say that he looks taller, but or maybe they're just the way they kind of show them, we don't particularly see a big difference, or maybe it's just me, I don't see a big difference, but they seem to be about the same height, which is just which is okay. That's the problem is that they say that Evie is 5'7", and Jacob is like 5'9", 6 or something like that. I'm not sure.
Come on!
All people or different websites show different info. Some say she's like they're about the same height, Evie and Jacob. 1 meter and 67 centimeters. Some say they are 1 meter and 70 centimeters. Some say they are 1 meter and 73 centimeters. I'm not sure. Skills. Can we? Yeah, we can improve something. Scavenger level 2, gunslinger when attempted to shoot an enemy. Okay. We need health. We definitely need health. And we need some kind of a damage maybe or something. Unstoppable. We have 4 skill points left. This thing is not bad, but like I need melee abilities. I can learn those things, those skills. I'm fighting way too often in melee to ignore this.
Sir, the engine's just pulled into Waterloo. Once Stark's men arrive, they're gonna unload the train.
Well, not if the train has already left. Assemble a team at Charing Cross. I'll send the engines there for you to recover.
Oh my! You should be allowed on the road!
Crime and illness. Story here. You know, might run off and join us.
Well, I'll check additional info later about Jacob and Evie. Because I'm not sure, there is a lot of weird, contradictory information.
Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for the delay. We will get you into the central station very soon. Where the hell is that schedule?
Central Station's closed. Attaway's orders.
You saw these blueprints, did you not? Were you aware of this flaw?
It's only a minor weakness, sir. The minor wagon's otherwise
Health opportunity, unique kill opportunity, security chief, train conductor.
The station chief is usually punctual. This is absolutely
What could be causing this delay?
Find opportunities. We don't have to. We're not. There is no obligation to do that.
My colleagues should be here shortly with the schedule for the central station.
English is a funny language. There are a bunch of words that are pronounced differently in British English and American English, and like, I'm not sure why. Like, I've always heard the word schedule as schedule, not schedule or something. And apparently British people pronounce say it's schedule instead of schedule. Why? I'm not sure. But it's kind of funny when you're a foreigner, you can basically you have your own English. It's not you're not under obligation to follow some specific rules because you were born somewhere or something like that. If you want to say, instead of saying water, you want to say water, like British or something, you can do that. No one will blame you because, and I saw some kind of a meme like that at some point. Maybe under YouTube Shorts or something like that, some random comment that about English or something like that, and that person said that, you know, and here I am learning English from video games or TV series or something like that, and just, you know, having my own accent just in my own pronunciation and stuff. And that's how it feels sometimes when you're not learning some kind of a specific English, right? You're learning just English based on different accents that you hear, I don't know, in TV shows or in here and there, and you're learning different pronunciations and you're picking the ones that you like. It's kind of funny. Right. Yeah, I should speak with him, but I wanted to speak with him.
Get out of our way.
These people will be lost without my direction, and my direction comes from the station chief.
Do you really think I'll
Once the order comes through, we will send you on your way to the central station. My colleagues should be here shortly with the schedule for the central station. We thank you for your patience.
I could go for a pasty. Stop that trespasser!
You bastard!
Schedule sounds weird. Schedule. Whatever, man. Well. I beg your pardon, ladies and gentlemen.
Shortly with the schedule for the central station.
Here's your damn
We
schedule.
thank you for your patience.
Schedule.
Oh, thank you. Attention passengers. All trains are being diverted to central station.
I think I saw some kind of I think it was a girl who made some kind of videos of,
business in the central
you know,
station.
British person commenting, making comments about the American pronunciation, and then American started to, oh no, maybe it was American was making comments about British pronunciation, then the British one kind of exploded and started to make comments about American pronunciation. It's kind of funny. Whatever. Everyone pronounces how he or she wants, so. I'm more used to American pronunciation rather than British one. Just like probably the half of the world who watches kind of American TV shows or movies or something like that, you know. I need to steal something from you. Thomas slogan. Is it under or is it some kind of ventilation? Whatever is that? I'm not sure. This unique kill opportunity, it feels a little bit like they followed the Hitman footsteps and they created these different opportunities, but because the game is so fast, we have like, how many opportunities do we have throughout the game? 4? 5? I'm not sure. But it feels like we have like only 4 or 5 opportunities, so it's like super rare to have an, or maybe no, maybe 1 kill per sequence, like 8 kills with this unique approach per sequence, so 8 sequences, 8 kills, maybe something like that. I'm not sure, but it still feels like the vast majority of kills or the vast majority of things we're doing without this kind of fancy approaches or something.
Let me help you. This merits further investigation. Back away from the area. If there was ever any doubt that human freedom...
The unique opportunity disappeared when I threw that bomb.
What a shame. Good partnerships are hard to come by.
Ours is most certainly dissolved.
It's business, Mr. Fry. One does what one must to come out on top. Crawford will not take the news of my death lightly. He can be unpleasant when he's cross. I have sacrificed so much. I don't want to lose my bosses.
When coldness or deceit shall slide, the beauty now they prize, and deem it but a faded light which beams within your eyes. When hollow hearts must wear a mask.
Mr. Starrick!
I told you not to disturb me! Till break your own to see. In such a moment I but ask that you remember me. That you remember me.
Crawford.
Her luster stripped by the hands of that savage. He must be brought to justice.
Pearl would not want justice. Pearl would want vengeance.
Your passion is most welcome, Miss Thorne. But we cannot let our emotions disrupt the lawful structures of society. If we do that, the enemy wins.
It shall happen in the shadows. Miss Fry will hang from the gallows, and I will flay her brother as he comes to save her.
I suppose it must be done. Take no chances. Increase the Templar presence in London. We alone protect this city of light.
Yes, Crawford. And then we shall enter the vault and cast aside the shadows together.
One does not share his power. I somehow doubt he will enter with her. Okay, she'll be killed eventually, but like, sharing the power? I doubt that. I'll stop here, ladies and gentlemen. This is the end of episode 4. Episode 4, part 4. I feel like the game is almost over. It will be... I'll finish it even faster than the previous time. Or maybe because the last time I played it, I actually did some side missions during my playthrough. And right now I'm focusing more on the main story. I'm not sure. But it feels super fast. We have sequence 6, 7, and 8 left. I just don't know what to say. It feels super fast. Maybe I should start doing side quests, but like, I don't know. I thought about side quests, and my plan was kind of to do them after the game, but I feel like maybe I need to do them now. Well, we'll see in the next part. That's it for now, and I'll continue very soon.